Hi, my name is Rick, and there's been some interest expressed in how I put extra frets on my Merlin. So I thought I'd bring it out and show you. And guys, I don't know how to play this, okay, but I do know a little bit about music. I played woodwind, all right, for years in the band. B-flat clarinet, saxophone, those kind of things. Know nothing about stringed instruments. But nonetheless, I knew enough to see, as far as I was concerned, there was some limitations on the Merlin that I didn't like. I didn't like the diatonic scale. I wanted a full chromatic, so I set out to put more frets on. And there they are. I did this on my back porch, sitting on my picnic table. And I think it sounds pretty good. You know, I set it for C, G, C, C. I don't like the DAD, but C, G, C, C, and here's a G. I like that. And nonetheless, it works for me, okay? And here's how I did it. First I bought some frets off of Amazon, and they were mid-size frets, middle size. I had purchased the ones that was made for a banjo and oh, it doesn't matter. My memory at my age is going bad. Anyway, they were too small, so I ordered the next ones, and they're mid-size. They worked fine. And they came in, and I ordered this little file set off of Amazon that's made for fretting, and it was real cheap. I think it was $8 or $9. It has some fret guards it came with. And as you can see, these little diamond, what do you call it? Oh, they're diamond inlaid little tiny files, supposedly made for fret work. And for what, for a one-time deal, worked great. Okay, I posted the links on my message board there in the group, and it comes with this piece of sandpaper, all of which are things that it calls for when doing fretting. I've never done frets before in my life. I mentioned I'd called around different companies and people that work on instruments, and they wanted as much as $200 to $15 a fret, $30 for the first fret, $10 for each fret after that, and it just turned into a nightmare. But I bought those two things off Amazon, and then I had to look for a knife or a little saw, and I ended up going with this. This I got from Lowe's. It's a dovetail saw. Honestly, a little big. It did the job. It's called a dovetail pull saw, and but I think I think a hacksaw blade would have worked just as well, no problem. And I made a little miter box that looks like this. I just took two pieces of wood, laid it down, cut a thin line across, cut them both at the same time, and that's so the neck could fit in there, okay, and hold the neck in place while my saw blade went across the grooves here, and that's how I cut them. Now, to find out where the frets went, I took this paper clip, straightened it out. I put it under the strings, and I moved it and would hold it with my finger. I put it under the string, and I would move it with my snark tuner sitting here. Let me get that for you. One of these little electronic tuners. I had it sitting there. I tuned the instrument, and then would move this paper clip up and down, and then hold it with my finger till the snark said, "You're in tune." And then I took a pencil and would mark right there. And I did it on down the line. Each time when it said I was in tune, it took a little while. That's where I would mark it with a pencil. So once I got it in tune, I went outside where my marks were, laid it in this, took this little saw right here, cut the grooves. And by the way, I only went as deep as the teeth on this saw blade. I just eyed it in. I didn't have a stop, okay? And the teeth are not that deep, but as soon as they disappeared in the wood, that was the stopping point. And it worked out real well. Now, all of the frets, after I gently hammered them in, they stayed, except for one was a little loose. And I took some Elmer's glue all, very gently, put a little glue in it, pressed it down. Not a bit of problem. None of these are glued in except this one right here, or here. This one, well, this one here is glued in. But none of the rest have moved or come out or give me any problems. And it works great. I'm very happy with it. And I like reading the sheet music, written as it is, and just playing all the sharps and flats that are there. And anyway, I hope that give you an idea. And that's all there was to it. What do you expect? Anyway, thanks a lot for listening. And if you're going to do this, good luck to you. It's not as hard as they say it is. Take care. Happy Merlin. Happy whatever. Take care. Bye-bye.